Today we're checking out the Yashika MAT 124G medium format camera in the streets of Hong Kong. This marks the first time for me in the city, as well as the first time shooting color film on square format. Let's go. So I gotta confess that I knew next to nothing about Hong Kong before arriving. I had only heard that the movie director Ridley Scott was once influenced by it for the sci-fi movie Blade Runner. Other than that, not much. I was pretty excited to hit the streets, so I loaded up the Yashika with the roll of Portra 400. I had heard that the colors and buildings were a huge feature of the city, and I really wanted to try and capture that. There's something about the way medium format cameras just make everything bigger. I thought that the 124 would be a nice fit. If you ask me, it's pretty crazy lugging around a heavy twin reflex camera in a busy city. But when I flipped the hood up and looked down, I felt like I was in another world. I love it. The focusing screen is slightly hazy and I could feel the city buzzing around me. If you've never tried it, you should. Getting around Hong Kong on foot is simple. There's so much to see, and I found myself stopping every few steps to check out a composition. For a city that has over 7 million people, it has an organized energy to it, and it's perfect for street photography. The Yashika takes a little time nailing exposure, and people would quickly glance and carry on their way. At times, I felt like a ghost floating through the alleys. The culture of Hong Kong is primarily a mix of Chinese and Western influences. There's this beautiful twist of ancient traditions and contemporary influences. I also really love the combination of nature and urban living. Families hang out on street corners to relax together. Hong Kong is a great example of how nature can coexist with people. I always felt like some lush green wildlife was right around the corner. My compositions were always juggling plant life and man-made structures. One of the greatest things about the city is that wildlife flourishes even in the heart of the concrete jungle. There's plenty of wild birds and fish amongst the tall, high-rise buildings. There was always something interesting to photograph. For everyone else around, it was just another day. But while I walked around, I felt like I was documenting something special. Western pop culture was always around, but it always felt lighthearted. I could photograph the commercial and shopping districts forever. I became obsessed with finding interesting color combinations that popped against the concrete and steel. It's like Hong Kong was made for stills. The Portra 400 captured color the way that I saw it, and it added grit to fit the vibe of the city. It's one of those cities that has such a palpable identity that you've got to travel to experience. The temperature was super hot but comfortable, and on my trip, I got to experience some rain. The overcast day made for softer lighting and evenly lit subjects. The people of Hong Kong couldn't have been nicer. This man passed me with gold shoes and neon green socks, and he happily let me photograph him. On my next trip, I would love to do more street portraiture. The highlight for me, though, is the city's color. The vibrant bursts of bright hues are everywhere. It's like an Easter egg hunt trying to find great combinations. While these medium format photos of Hong Kong give you an idea of what it's like, there's still so much more to explore. Hong Kong is energetic, full of unique city life, and packed with color. It's a city that must be experienced, and I cannot wait to get back. A special thanks to Brian and Marcella for putting a roof over our heads, and to Sydney for helping me film. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.